welcome back to our new video. If you are new here, my name is Rachel, and right now I'm here with my friend.
I'm Adele.
And today we decided to share our experience about culture shock here in America. So let's start on diversity. When I first came here in the US, I'm expecting a lot to see a lot of white people, blonde hair, because some Americans when they went to Philippines, I saw their skin and their hair, and I really like seeing a lot of people like that. But then when I got here in my town, when I went to store, and I don't see much Americans, like, because most people I see is like Mexican, African, Asian. I'm just expecting to see a lot of white people
American.
and here in America. But I think it's depend on
The
town
state,
where you are.
yeah.
I mean states. Yeah.
Because I used to live in Michigan, and then I used to live before Michigan. I was in Texas, and it depends on the town. There, one time I was in Dallas, and there's a lot of white people in there. And then I went to different area again, but most in there was like Filipinos, Mexican. And then in Michigan, I live in a very small town, and I think I was the only Filipino in there. I haven't really seen like other race. Mostly they're all just white. So it really depends.
Here in Florida, it's very common that you'll see a lot of different race people lives here. So, okay, the next one we're going to talk about is the permit or license. Here in the US, I got surprised because I asked my husband, like, oh, I want to do fishing. And then he told me about that, oh, okay, and we have to get the permit first before we can do that. Because it's not allowed here to US, just go on the ocean or go on the river, just get a fish. You have to get a permit or license. And I was like, really? You know that?
In my province, I grow up in a, basically I'd say next to an ocean, and my dad would build a small boat. You don't need a permit at all with that.
Yeah, in the Philippines, you don't need a permit.
Yes, they would go fishing with my brothers. They don't need a permit at all. But I guess they changed one rule for having like the specific things you can bring in the ocean to get fish, that you will need a permit. But overall, you don't need a permit at all.
So the next one is insurance. Okay, go ahead, start first. About insurance here in the United States.
Yes, I would say health insurance is a huge thing in here, especially when you have kids or when you're pregnant. You really need health insurance with that. It's a huge thing, or else you're gonna go broke without health insurance.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of different kinds of insurance here in the United States. Car insurance, house insurance, homeowners insurance, and what?
Vehicle.
Yeah, car.
Yeah, cars. Oh, okay.
Yeah, car insurance.
Car insurance.
And what else kind of insurance they have? Yeah, health insurance, you mentioned it. And what else kind of insurance?
Dental insurance.
Dental, yeah, everything. Like, you really have to have an insurance here in America, and I was very surprised about that. So the next one we're going to talk about is the houses here. The houses here in United States are very nice. You don't see a bad house here. Like, they're really good here comparing to our place in the Philippines. Because here, if you buy a land here and you want to put a house, you cannot just put the house you wanted, because each town has their own rules when building and also has minimum size limit. So that's why the houses here are nice. But in the Philippines, there is no limit, there's no sizes. Like, if you buy a property, you can put a house, any kind of house you wanted. Like,
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want in the property that you bought. Nobody gonna bothering you. But here in the US, even you have a land that it's on your name, you still have to ask a permit to, like, I want to do like this, and then you have to wait for them to approve it.
Does that goes with every state?
I'm not sure if it goes to other state, but here in Florida it's like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, the next one we're gonna talk about is the taxes. Okay, I have a story about the taxes. When I first got here in the US, so I have money on my pocket and I went to store, like I want to buy something, and like I count my money and like okay, I have a $20 here, and then I look at the price and the aisles like okay, this is like $19
Calculated.
something. Yeah, I calculated.
Yeah.
And then when I went to cashier and like really that much, I thought it was
Yeah, you
really like
calculated.
oh
but
my
how
god,
come
I
there's
didn't
more?
include the taxes on my calculation. So I got short and I had to return my other items that I got because my money is not enough. So I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I was shocked on that.
Basically, everything here have taxes.
Yeah. Even you
Basically.
buy a clothes, a slipper, appliances, everything they have taxes here. But
Food.
yeah, food also.
Yeah, everything in
But
store.
I think in Florida there is no tax on food.
I don't know.
If it's not prepared,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
there's no tax on that. But if you get the prepared one, there's tax. But in the Philippines, we have tax as well. But it depends where you buy stuff. Like if you went to grocery, like on wet market, you don't have to pay tax. But if you go to a mall, you pay a tax, but just a little, not much. Like here, compare here.
The supermarket, no taxes in there.
Okay, the next one we're gonna talk about is the public transportation.
Yes.
I was very surprised when I got here in the US because, oh my gosh, there is nothing. There's no bus. There's a bus here, but they only have a station that they can pick you up, and there's a time that you can just go on that station because they will pass by. But unlike in the Philippines, we have different kind of transportation like tricycle, jeepney, motorcycle. We call it habal. But here is nothing. Like you cannot go out
unless you have car.
Unless you have car, yeah. There's a Uber here, but way too expensive.
One thing too is what I like about the transportation here. They have school buses. Unlike in the Philippines, we don't have school bus.
Yeah, so if you are planning to go here in the US, if you are Filipina or Filipino from the other country, you have to learn how to drive to get more easier for you, because you really need own transportation, because you cannot rely to anybody about that kind of transportation. The next one is the tipping. Tipping, okay. Tipping, guys, because like if you eat in the restaurant, they already put about like 15% to 20%. You have to give a tip, and it is you have to give a tip.
Yeah,
to
it's a must.
The restaurant, a must.
Yeah.
But in the Philippines, you can just give, if you eat in the restaurant, you can just give whatever, how much you feel giving to that, like, you know, the waitress. If she serves real good to you and she's very friendly, you give him more. And if she's rude or you didn't like how she serves the food or her service, don't give him tip, and it's fine. But here you have to have you need to give a tip.
In my province, tips are very unusual. It's very rare to have. I'd say maybe in a big city like Manila, you'll probably see it, but
it's not much. Like here,
not much though.
Just a little tip.
But I think mostly foreigner does the tipping in there when they go visit in Manila.
Yeah. I experienced that because I work in the restaurant. Most foreigners give a tip to, you know, the staff.
Workers,
And American people is the number one. Like they give a lot of money for the, you know, staff. But mostly Korean or Japanese, to just give a little.
Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't, but that's okay. We accept that. If you don't give,
we don't
tip,
complain.
It's fine. Yeah,
we don't complain. That's the thing too. We don't complain if nobody tips workers in there.
Because we have salary anyway. We got it from our boss. So it doesn't matter if you give us tip or not. If you give a tip, that's good. If you're not, it's fine.
Yeah.
Next one we're going to talk about is the security guard. You go ahead.
Yeah. So earlier I mentioned Rachel about the security guard. So in Philippines, our mall, our grocery stores, like big grocery stores, we have a security guard. And mostly malls that has security guards in each door, in entrance door, they will check our bags. Just they have like this little kind of a stick, a metal stick,
Yeah.
that they will not use their hands to go check in their bags
Mhm.
out. They will use the stick to just check, make sure you don't have any like weapons or stuff, and then you can just go. That's it.
Yeah. Unlike here, there's nothing. They just go in,
Yeah.
and nobody gonna check you. And yeah, I was surprised to that. And then in the Philippines, sometimes it's so annoying because like when you really wanna, you're in rush, you wanna just go straight to where you wanna go, but then the security guard will gonna stop you like, man, wait, you gotta check you. Like, really, what's for? I don't have anything on my bag. My bag is very small. Like, oh, I'm sorry, we're just told us to do it, so we're gonna do it.
Yeah. And most of the security guard in the Philippines too, they are really nice and sweet. Yeah. And then my mom used to be a security guard in a grocery store. Yeah. And she enjoyed it.
Yeah. I was one time I got very pissed because I went to the grocery store and I have a backpack with me and I was gonna just buy one thing. I think water or something that I really needed. And the guard told me, you have to put your backpack. They have like area where you put your bag, and they will give you the number. So you will leave the bag there, and you have the number, and you go in the grocery, get whatever you need. And sometimes you have to fall in line to do that, and like it will take you forever
to store your stuff.
It will take you forever to store your stuff and to get your stuff back, just to buy one thing in the store. So like,
one thing too in the Philippines, we don't wear our shoes and slippers inside the house.
Yeah.
So I had to teach my husband to not wear his shoes around the house. Either it's clean or not. We don't. It's very disrespectful for us to have shoes around in the house.
Yeah.
But basically when you're going to houses in the Philippines, you'll see our slippers and shoes outside of our house. Yeah. That thing I miss actually.
But here in America,
no, they don't. No,
they don't lift the slipper.
No, they just bring it.
Maybe there's some Americans do that, but most of them, they just
most of them
go inside with your slipper.
Yeah. So sometimes when my kids go to their playmate, and I would just, it's time for them to come home, I would just grab them, and then I would like try taking off my shoes, and then the mom of the house was like, oh no, you don't have to take. I'm like, no, I'm good, because it makes me more respectable of the houses. It makes me feel great to take it off. Even though for them it's totally fine, but for me it's a big deal for me to do that.
So the next one we're gonna talk about is the food portion here in the USA. First, okay, share yours. Your story. Okay, me first. Here in the food portion here in the US is very big, the sizes, because I remember my husband asked me to go to the restaurant. So we went to the restaurant and I was very surprised. They served super huge plate and I can't even finish my food. It's just like 1/4 I ate and the rest I couldn't eat it, because in the Philippines,
actually ours is bigger.
No. Really? No, they were so small. Because there's always
a huge rice and a lot of side dish.
What kind of sides?
Yeah, like meat, like for example caldereta, and we have a huge portion of rice in our plate.
Well, if you're comparing it, the food here in America, the portion here is very big. What kind of restaurant you went to the Philippines?
For example, I'd say Mexican restaurant.
No, I'm talking Philippine food.
Filipino food.
Yeah, like the Philippine food, when you go to the restaurant, they're served very small size amount. You're not even gonna get full. But here in the US, they're serving big sizes of food. Like I can't even finish it.
It's because of the type of the food. It's different from what you're used to. So you couldn't finish it.
Or maybe, maybe because I'm used to eat just a little. Yeah. And then when I came here in the US, it's huge for me.
Yes.
Probably.
Since we're talking about the food, I'd say, the mostly foods don't have rice in here, especially in the restaurants. Yeah. So my husband would tease me, "Oh, I'm sorry, they don't have rice in here." I'd save that, but in the Philippines, we have rice everywhere. Wherever you go, either it's a small restaurant or huge one, they always have rice. But here, it's really hard to find rice in a restaurant.
Yes, that's true. The next one is the weather. We're here in Florida, so the weather here is crazy, even though it's like winter time. Like example, today is very cold, like freezing cold. You have to wear your leather sweater, or like you cover a lot of clothes on your body. And then the next day, very hot.
Yes.
Like it's very crazy the weather here. But I don't know in the other states.
Well, before I came here in America, I didn't know that every states have different kind of weather with the season weather. I thought it would be just all winter. So in Texas, it's humid and hot, and then when it gets around December, I think I'd say November as well. I don't remember anymore. It gets cold, snows, and then Michigan is there. It's barely summer in there. It's always freezing. Well, here in Florida, it's
all summer.
But
there's a day that it's super cold.
Yeah, for us, because we already gotten used to the hot weather.
Yeah. When it gets like 50 degrees here, like cold.
Yeah.
But if you go to the other state, it's like nothing. They're wearing shorts.
So when it's around like 70 degrees in here, or like below 80 degrees, people would already wearing sweatshirts. And my friend from Michigan was like, "Why is everybody wearing already coat? Like, it's not even freezing outside. It's way too hot."
Okay, that's it for now, guys. And thank you so much for watching. And if you want more videos from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and like this video. And Madel, what can you say?
Thank you for watching Rachel's video. Give her a like and subscribe more. And support her.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.